let's do it. Let's just get right into it. I still can't get over fucking CBS. It was a fucking joke, man. Michigan beat St. Louis 95-72. Michigan gets the cover. We started off 0-1 on the day. Michigan just out physical them. St. Louis has no, as much as Robbie Avila, and, salute to you. It was a great career. And it comes to an end here, but he's not an athlete. Hell of a basketball player. He's going to make a lot of money in Europe. He has no future in the NBA. But he's just not, Michigan just went athlete for athlete, and they just could not match that. And I still don't buy in Michigan winning a national title by any means, and I don't think I ever will, because they, for one, are a Big Ten school, and the Big Ten shits the pants later in the year, and the guard play is not great. The front court's really good, and they have good wings. I don't trust Elliot Goodell. But good win, good cover. Started off the day 0-1. It is what it is. Great college career, Robbie Avila. Game 2, easy one for us. We covered with ease on this one. Michigan State 77, Louisville 69. Nice. We basically called this from the start. It was going to be about an 8-point win, but it felt higher than that. Louisville tried to backdoor the shit out of this thing, but Sparty prevails. Pretty easy win there. I was shocked to see the number that low. So, 1 on the day. We lost here. Duke gets the cover. The game was a lot closer than I think the score indicates, 81-58, but TCU just kind of ran out of gas. Didn't have the horses to compete with the Blue Devils, but Duke also got the fucking best whistle in the world there. Cam Boozer is treated like a 15-year NBA vet, but again, it is what it is. I forgot we went out of order on these ones. We did lose again on VCU because we just don't like Illinois, but it is what it is. Have fun on Thursday, Illinois. You're about to get blitzed. 1 on here. Nebraska wins on the money line for us. Tyler Tanner, like I said, almost banked in a half quarter, but fell a little bit short. High Point does get the cover for us as well. So, is what it is. And then Houston with fucking ease, covered the spread. And then lastly, Texas wins on the money line for us. So 5-3 day. We had 3 money lines. Wouldn't say it's a bad day. Not a bad day at all. But let's get to the slate for tomorrow, which is today. It's 12:56 in the morning, but it is what it is. Starting off hot here. Miami is getting 7.5 points against Purdue. Total is 147.5. Miami with a crazy game against Missouri. Purdue had an amazing win over Queens. Amazing is kind of a joke a little bit, but because I really liked Queens, and I've really been a doubter of this Purdue team the entire year. And, sometimes you don't always just need athleticism to get it done. Sometimes you can just have really good point guard play like Braden Smith, who is the best point guard in the country, which I've never taken that away from by any means. But in this matchup, you do have a lot of athletes going against Purdue. A ton of athletes. But I think the struggle for Miami is probably going to be in the front court, where they do not have a lot of dudes that can compete with TKR or Oscar Clough. I think Purdue kind of dominates dominates in the paint, basically gets anything they want inside. And again, I don't want to not trust Braden Smith. And I think this is going to be like the get cute play of the day, that everybody kind of likes Miami because they like the athleticism. They do like Jai Lucas, who I do too. I think he's a really good coach. But Matt Painter has been through these wars, and he's done it, and he's kind of erased that Matt Painter can't win the games in March narrative since the FDU loss. I think Purdue is a legit national title contender. I don't think Miami is. I think Purdue walks through this one. I think Purdue gets this done by 10 or 12 points. So lock up. The Boilermakers. Let's go. Congrats to Braden Smith, too, the all-time assist leader past Bobby Hurley in the game against Queens. Awesome. It was a pleasure to watch you play basketball for 4 years, man. It was truly awesome, and I enjoyed about every goddamn second of it. Moving on here, Kentucky is getting 4.5 points against Iowa State. Total sitting at 145.5. Iowa State, obviously, probably without Josh Jefferson, who got hurt in a Texas State game, or Tennessee State game. It looked nasty. He's doubtful in this spot here, too. Kentucky shouldn't be here. Obviously, that banked-in shot from Mateo Ogwe when Herb Sendek is calling timeout. Should have been a timeout. The clock didn't start on time, blah, blah, blah. Kentucky should not be here by any means. Santa Clara should be here. Now, either it was Santa Clara or it was Kentucky. Joshua Jefferson being a fucking giant. I mean, that's the best player on Iowa State. I mean, Timmy and Lipsy might be the most important player, but Joshua Jefferson is probably their stud, bona fide All-American. I kind of like the Wildcats plus 4.5, man. You know, Teo Ogwe is playing some really, really good basketball. That kind of scares me a little bit, too. Yeah, I'm going to take the Wildcats plus 4.5. I'm not going to bet this one, though, because of my love for Iowa State. And I'm praying to God they advance on here because they deserve so. And to get Joshua Jefferson back, because I do think this team can win a national title. And without him, I don't know if they can. Monchilovich is going to have to be huge. He's going to have to knock shots down. Kentucky's nothing to overlook, man. They could 100% win this basketball game. So I'm going to take the points. Going to pray that Iowa State gets it done. Now, St. John's is laying 3.5 against Kansas. I like the Johnnies. Just going to get out there right in front of it. Ever since they kind of figured out the point guard spot here, they have been playing some of the best basketball the entire year. I think they have an advantage in the front court. Fleury is a dominant big, but they have the bodies to throw at him. They have long guards they can throw at Peterson. And I'm going to trust Pitino in this new era of college basketball, this new college basketball era of coaching. He is kind of just he's a stud, man. And Bill Self, I don't want to say he's lost his fastball, but he might have slipped a little bit, man. I think Johnnies are tougher. I think they want it more. I'm going to lock up the Johnnies minus 3.5. I think they win this game by 6 or 7. Pack to the Final Four. Bold choice on the coffee at 1 in the morning before I try to go to bed and get up for these other games. But it is what it is. Already kind of lost my voice, but we're trying here. Tennessee laying 1.5 for Virginia. I have as my bracket. I have Tennessee advancing here. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to go with the Vols. The narrative of Rick Barnes in March should have been squashed a long time ago. He's got a Sweet 16 and 2 Elite Eights in the last 3 seasons. He's been just fine. He already has a Final Four, man. Even though I know people want to. That is an interesting thing. People are like, does Rick Barnes have a Final Four? Yeah, he fucking does. 2004. I think that he's tougher, man. I don't think that Wright State game with Virginia was a fluke, man. I think that was 2 teams that were probably kind of evenly matched. I think Virginia's kind of been fool's gold all season. They have not handled anybody that is kind of worth a shit. They played in the shitty ACC. Tennessee's battle-tested. Rick Barnes has been through these wars before. I know Ryan Odom was a 16 seed and beat a 1 seed. It is what it is. But it hasn't been through the wars in the later rounds. Not enough, at least. I think Tennessee gets this done, and they win this game outright. Take the money line. Do not play the 1.5. Remember, take the 1.5. Play 101. Next up, we have Iowa's getting 10.5 against Florida. Florida's total in this game is 145.5. Is it that easy? I kind of just want to lay it, man. But why? I feel like it's short. I do feel like the number's short, and maybe for a reason. Dude, I don't know. Does that number short? Like, I don't know if Iowa can go with the athlete for athlete against Florida at all, and these favorites have been dominating. think I'm actually going to go with Iowa. As much as I don't really agree with it, this seems too easy. I think this is the sportsbook getting a little, maybe getting cute with it a little bit. Like, I would have made this 14.5. Like, Florida should blitz them, and I think the front court's so dominant. But, dude, the one advantage that Iowa will have is Bennett Sturge versus Xavier Lee. He can absolutely cook them. So if Iowa has a giant game here, there's a shot Florida gets beat here. So I'm going to lock up the Cyclones plus 10.5. Nobody believes in them. Someone's got to. I think it's going to be big. Give me the Clones. People are really pissed. No money line for the Hawkeyes, though. Let's not get crazy. But Florida wins this game by 8. Utah State getting 11.5 against Arizona. Okay. It's probably where I draw the line. This is very reminiscent of the 2024 game against, I think it was Purdue, where Utah State made it to the second round with Danny Sprinkle and Great Osabar, and they lost by 30. Cute story. They dominate the analytics. Have fun going against Arizona. Arizona also has the second best defense when it comes inside the paint. Utah State, which the narrative of them just being a three-point shooting team is not true. They make their money at the rim. They rely a lot of back cuts or driving off a screen, pick and roll action, anything like that, anything towards the rim. And with Krivas down there, or Code Pete, Arizona's got the front court to basically just neutralize anything they're trying to do and actively trying to get the ball in the paint. I think Arizona just has a clear advantage there, and I just don't know if defensively Utah State can hold up against them. This is another one very similar to what I was telling you guys yesterday when I wanted to outline Houston. So we had Houston, we talked about it on the show yesterday. We had Houston minus 9.5. We had Houston minus 13.5. We had Houston minus 16.5. We had Houston minus 19.5. And we laddered all of them. We won them all. I think is another scenario of it because I think Arizona absolutely fucking rolls in this spot here. Wildcats are the best team in basketball. They've been the best team all season long. Nothing's stopping me from changing my mind now. Go out. UCLA is getting 4.5 against the UConn Huskies. 136 is the total. You know, Dana Hurley has 2 national titles. He's one of the best 5 coaches in the country. But before those national titles, the stigma against Dan Hurley was, could he win games in March? Could potentially have just been a special group that he had for those 2 years? Some are saying. Because I was not impressed with UConn against Furman. Now, I did take the points with Furman. That was already a thing. But I don't know how much I trust this UConn team. I really don't. As good as they are, it seems like they've been a little bit vulnerable the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season. And on the flip side, for one, UCLA should not be a 7 seed. They're 13-3 in the calendar year in games that are not in the Eastern time zone. Because they play in the Pac-12, or the Big Ten, they should be in the Pac-12. They lose a lot of the games, they have to go out east. And the games that are not, when they do not have really dominant. And they got a guy like Donovan Dent who shines bright when the cameras are the brightest. And he's been showing it as of late. I think UCLA can shoot the ball well from outside. They have the post presence to fuck with Terrace Reed. They have the long athletes on the outside that can neutralize basically the guard play of Caravan, Mullins, or Demery. Give me UCLA plus 4.5. I think UCLA wins the game on the money line and advances to the Sweet 16 and spoils another UConn season. I'm going to lock up the Bruins. I'm going to bet that money line as well. Let's get it. Let's go, Bruins. And then lastly, we have Texas Tech laying 1.5 against Alabama. 165.5 is the total. Obviously, Aiden Holloway's out there smoking his weed, and he's not playing in this game here. But I'm telling you, man, Texas Tech, good one against Akron. Now, it was a dogfight for the majority of the game, but I mean, that's a solid-ass Akron team. And I'll tell you the biggest advantage of this game. As Texas Tech is the third in the nation in three-point efficiency. Alabama is 173rd when it comes to defensive efficiency. And this Texas Tech team, man, they beat Arizona on the road. They beat Duke on a neutral. And they beat Iowa State in Ames without JT Toppin. Now, this team is not winning a national championship like I think they could if they had JT Toppin. But I still think this team is really good. I think they have long, versatile guards, whether it's Petty, whether it's Christian Anderson that can kind of fuck with what Alabama is going to do. And I don't think Alabama's seen a defense with this tenacity so far this season that they're going to see tomorrow night. I think Grant McCasland and the Red Raiders, despite everything, despite everybody writing them off because they lost JT Toppin, win this game and advance to the Sweet 16. And then one more spoiler in a little head, and they upset Michigan as well and advance to the Elite Eight. That's my bold prediction. But no, I love them. Again, take the money line. Don't lay the 1.5. We take the 1.5. I think Texas Tech gets it done as well. So we're going to lock up Graham McCasland and the Red Raiders. Well, that's going to do it for me. Everybody enjoy the games tomorrow. Let's make some more money. We've been dominating this whole tournament. Let's keep the momentum going. Until then, I'll see you. Until then, I will see you guys Monday, I believe, with the recap and a little preview of the Sweet 16. Until then, see you guys. I'm out.